Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to Eyes to See Tarot and your general freestyle for the upcoming weeks ahead. This is a general reading and not necessarily centered around love and relationships, but if it comes up in the spread, I'll be sure to let you know. For now, we're just picking some cards and talking about what comes out. So first up is your current energies, Cancer. Can I have the current energies for my Cancers, please? Okay. All right. So when they come up like that, they come up like that intentionally. This is the Three of Swords, and it did come up sideways. The depiction on this card, stinking thinking, getting stuck in betrayals, paranoia, loss, lack, how somebody else wronged you, how you have previously wronged other persons, getting stuck in that, like he's really immersed in that book that he's reading, isn't it? With the flies coming out of his impressionable self. No real control. There's no real control there. If I'm stuck in the past, I can't be in the present. If I'm stuck in the future, I can't be in the present. I cannot be receptive, right? I am locked in a closet. I've locked myself in a closet somewhere. Stinking thinking. Three of Swords, right? Okay. Bottom of the deck, it's the Five of Cups also. Okay, so Cancer, I am denoting some sort of regret, some sort of loss, some sort of woulda, coulda, shoulda. I probably sit in the shower for hours having conversations with imaginary people in my head, replaying conversations. It probably wakes me up, like sitting up right before I go to bed. Right? I don't know necessarily what has you in this state, but I know it's a pretty traumatic state. It's just a piss poor potty house kind of state to be in. Has you ever been in a porta potty at a fairground? Three of Swords, Five of Cups. There you go. Except it is your, I mean, like, it's not everybody else's. Okay, so the wise one is the Hierophant. There's also the Hierophant. There is something to learn from this situation. The energy is here. There's something to learn from it, but I think there's a big possibility that you could be bypassing that for the, I don't know, sometimes the most obvious lesson is the least obvious. I've got the Ten of Wands and the Moon in reverse. Okay, so maybe some secrets have come out. Maybe something has come to the surface. Maybe some realization has come. And it is just absolutely burdensome. Okay, it could have been something that you've done, that the truth came out somehow, right? It could be an epiphany that I had about something that I've been doing. And now the burden of watching it, like replaying every past instance, right, is kind of weighing on my shoulders. I'm not necessarily sure if that's every situation. Probably not, you know. But for the Ten of Wands to be here, I'm feeling like it's something that I am carrying, right? And the Five of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Three of Swords, it's something that I have been repeating, or something that I have been doing, possibly unknowingly. Could be I was naive, correct? We're going to pull a couple more cards because I'm just going to let this soak in for a second, Cancer. I'm trying to understand the story. Bottom of the deck, it's the Pen of the Pen of Tentacles. Release the Kraken. Okay, so the Pen of Tentacles, there you go. But it is in reverse, correct? Now, in this depiction, it is a hand that is reaching down to, or reaching up to grab and pull somebody else out. It denotes family, right? But I'm also, because of the whole Pen of Tentacles thing, I'm thinking octopus, kraken, squid, something of that nature. There's something very deep-seated that is trying to work its way out, a splinter that has been in there for a very long time. And Well, if you're here watching this channel, we're going to let it come out. I mean, you might choose to shove it down again. I can get you a plunger. It'll be great. But here, I'm going to try to pull you through it, if at all possible. All right. My pen of tentacles. There you go. Okay, so this month, Cancer is releasing the Kraken. Release the Kraken. Here we go. Can you tell me more about the moon in reverse? I want to see what has come up, right? Tell me a story about the moon in reverse, please. And the Ten of Wands. Tell me a story, Spirit. I want to know what's going on with Cancer. Okay. So it could be very, very parental. You see my eye roll? I don't like force feeding that to my masses, right? But with this card, right, this is, I mean, it's obviously some sort of parental abuse or neglect or shut up, sit down, you know, only speak when spoken to, you know, go to your room. Because he is stepping on that poor little, like, it's a birth of myself. It's a part of myself. It's a part of me. And yes, I have a new part being born or trying to be born. But we're not shoving the past down. That's not what we do here. You might do that at any other channel where they tell you that, I mean, yeah, stuff smells like posies and stuff, but here we're all about accountability, and I love this. So what we're going to do is, it could definitely be deep-seated from your past childhood traumas, things like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put in false memories. Because we do have a tendency to paint the world just a little bit brighter than it was, or just a little bit darker than it was, you know, depending on our comprehension as a child and how it made us progress into the person that we are now. But if our subconscious is reaching down there and grabbing it, well, you might as well haul hands on deck and just get in there and start, because, you know, we are a team. Me, my subconscious, the world around me, the people I encounter, we're all kind of working together, right? So anyway, also I do see, I see the Seven of Wands, which denotes that it's overwhelming. It can be overwhelming at times. It tends to overtake me. It tends to, like, grip me out of my cubicle at work, right? And, like, really, like, dissociate me. It's like I'm watching a movie in there, right? Anyway, that's all I have for that deck. It's some sort of something from the past. Probably something that nobody has dealt with in like 20, 30 years. Let's dig in it. Let's go. Woo. Yay. I want to get some advice real quick, because I think that that would be groovy. I want to get some advice from my Cancers real quick. We're not gonna save that to the end. We're not gonna cut that off of the reading altogether. We want some advice. I want to see what is your best foot forward at this time. What should Cancer be doing at this time? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't just word vomit, right? This isn't necessarily one of those things that we're just going to bleh over margaritas and a big beer. You know, this isn't something that we're just trying to hurry up and journal our way out. There's lessons here. Remember how the Hierophant came out within the first 3 cards? There is an underlying lesson in it. So we're not purging. No, we're not dumping. We're not just releasing and letting it go. We're searching. It's a needle in a haystack kind of vibe. Not really. It's more like going through the junk drawer for that specific tool, butter knife, wine opener, things like that. You're specifically looking for, you know, something in that junk drawer. I know everybody has a junk drawer. You're lying if you say you don't. So I got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm seeing that there's a possibility that it could hold movement. There oftentimes, and I'm not saying like 2 or 3 times a month, but it's just an occurrence. When it comes up, I turn everything off around me, and I'll sit and not move. It's mine. 3 days, 4 days, however long it takes to work through it, because that is my primary, right? A lot of you cannot probably afford that, but self-care is the primary. It really is. So if I have this energy, right, and I'm carrying it around everywhere, right, and it's actually popping up like little ghosts all around me in traffic, right? It'll try traffic. We'll try to purge it, right? The people in the convenience store line, they'll try to purge it, right? They won't have my gas. My mocha latte won't be available. You know, my regular lady doesn't do my nails today, so the stand-in apprentice does them and my cuticles up. You know, these things will manifest around you unless you take care of them now. They're going to follow you around like a big swarm of bees. So, excuse me. There's the Empress, though. This is I'm saying own your shit. Like, own it, right? Accountability. Not accountability per se, but like really go through it. I see that there is definitely a different way of thinking in there, right? Hindsight being 2020, if you look back and you look at it, it might not be what you're remembering. It might but not be the story. The story won't match up, you know? And then actually learning something in this portion of your life might send you back and make you look at things just a little bit different, you know? She didn't have incontinency. She had a coke problem. You know, I mean, like, anyway. So, I'm seeing accountability. I'm seeing that your best course of action would be to definitely go through it. Take the time to go through it, right? There's obviously stuff to go through. There is a lesson. There is something to learn from it. There's something to teach you, something that you need progressing, right? Forward. So, the King of Swords, and what are those two? There's your Empress again, right? And what is that? Oh, look at the Page of Wands moving towards the Nine of Cups. Oh, right. I think that you're going to find that maybe it's a little bit cooler than, or more forgivable. I think you're going to find that it's a little bit cooler, a little bit more forgivable than you had originally imagined. And that's not even the best part of it. See how it is what your previous perspective made you, or how it shaped your present being. And then understand that looking back and rebuilding or reclothing that, or going back and dusting it off and cleaning it up a little bit, kind of refreshes and changes. It helps you and holds your hand into the new being that you are becoming. All right. you're giving me a headache, Cancer. Every time. So anyway, let's go ahead and look at your upcoming energies. I want you. Can I have the upcoming energies for my Cancerians, please? Upcoming energies for my Cancers, please. Upcoming energies for my Cancer. Yeah? Okay, so the Five of Swords, there is an apology. Now, whether this apology is being presented to you, right, it doesn't necessarily sound like words. It sounds like a changed behavior, right? It's a thought process. But if it's my thought process of somebody else, if it's the thought process of somebody else, you'll notice when you get around, they're going to be acting a little bit differently. Now, a lot of us tend to see this as paranoia, like why are they different? Why are they changing? Maybe they had a light bulb go off. And the little bit of difference that you see is them trying to tiptoe around what they realized or their new changed behavior and trying to sort it out like a baby deer on ice. Okay. So I do see an upcoming apology. Maybe it's you. I mean, because this looks like regret from you. This looks like a subconscious revelation from you. This looks like the Ten of Wands, something you're carrying around, you know? And yes, I can blame it on my parents. I can blame it on this. I can blame it on that. But if I go back and I dust all that past stuff off and I start to reclaim it and look at it again, respect it. I respect and look at it again, and then I can start to see maybe something is just not exactly how I had painted it previously, is it? And now I might have an apology. Maybe I might have a changed behavior. So it is in your upcoming energies. Take it how it resonates, please. Oh no, she spoke to me. Okay, anyway, let's see the High Priestess in reverse. All right, I see the Nine of Cups in reverse. All right. So honestly, I'm not really digging it. I don't like it. The High Priestess in reverse, it does feel like I'm harboring information. It's not secret keeping, right? I'm really withholding some pertinent information. Okay, so maybe this changed behavior. Remember how I told you it was less spoken and more just action oriented, like changed behavior and stuff like that, right? As I'm mapping out this new perspective on how things are and how things should be, or how things can be. All right. So I'm also seeing this High Priestess in reverse and this Nine of Cups. I'm seeing that there's a certain amount of displeasure or expectation, right? That's going to go along with this harboring of information. It's not secret keeping. I'm not withholding the truth. Yeah, I am. I'm withholding whatever I've been through or my revelation. I'm not sharing that with you. I'm just going to go ahead and sweep it under the rug and just change the behavior. There's something about that to me, though, that makes me feel like it's not necessarily solidified. I'm not bragging about it, but in this current situation, I'm feeling that there's a possibility that if I don't at least backboard it off of someone else, right? So that maybe I'm not friendly fire, crossfire kind of shot at for acting all strange. I'm seeing some sort of displeasure that's going to be possible because something was not said. You understand? Like I had this revelation, right? And now I'm trying to put it together and piece it together via the new narrative of the story that I created in my head through all my little searching through my junk drawer. Got it? Got it. Good. Okay. I'm going to dig more. I see the Nine of Pentacles, though. So that denotes that even though I could be haunted by girlfriends past, but they're not girlfriends past. It's my subconscious kind of gnawing at me, kind of displeasure, right? But I have the sanctuary, the sanctity of solitude in order to help me work through that, or work that out. So if you want to marinate there, baby, Cancer, go ahead and marinate there. But I mean, it's not my usual course of action is to go ahead and shout it from the rooftops exactly what kind of revelation I had, and what I'm doing in life, until I've perfected it and actually proven it, and it's been consistent, and I can actually point a finger to it. I don't like to go ahead and shout it from the rooftops. And you could be there. So but with it leaning to getting some sort of support from people and comprehension from why you're acting all willy-nilly or different. Because I can't even say, like, how they gonna know? They're gonna know. No, how are they gonna know? Right? That little skit thing. That's what this is. It's like, I have a changed behavior. How are they going to know? No, they're going to know. I mean, it's going to be kind of weird. They're gonna pick up on the different vibration. You're going to be emitting a different vibration. You're going to be running into different people. You're going to be acting different. With the revelation. I'm going to call it a revelation. Yes, you have sanctity, you have solitude, but wouldn't it be kind of cooler if you had somebody there to be like, dude, I had this dream, right? Mind blown, changed my life. All right. I'm going to get one card from this monster. Wake up, baby. No. She said, unhand me, you brute. I know she did. It's not cooperating. There we go. Thank you. Oh, damn. Look, there it is again. I do believe that maybe you would benefit from some sort of emotional help, right? Let somebody in. I don't know how far you can let them in. I don't know how deep you can let them in. I don't know their level of comprehension or empathy or understanding for you and your situation. But I do think that letting someone in and letting them kind of support you emotionally while you do this thing, and maybe somebody has some sort of understanding what's going on. Because remember, a lot of you have had this perspective or had this way of life for a very long time. At the beginning of the reading, I did say 20, 30 years, right? And now something is changing. You're looking back, you're looking at something just a little bit different. It's expanding you. And now you've kind of, it does, it affects you. So go ahead and let somebody in. That is my advice. That seems like the card's advice. I did the best I could at interpreting them. I hope I nailed it. Anyway, until next time, Cancer, please like, comment, subscribe. I do hope to see you again really soon. And until next time, thanks for stopping at Eyes to See Tarot.